So the other day, my wife Ava said, get in the car, there's something I want to show you. So we headed out from our town here in Calabria that we live in called Dessa to another town that's only about 15-20 minutes away. But even though it's so close, I've never actually been there before. It's a town called Soriano.
So my dad is from there.
I didn't know until that day that Ava's father, who lives here in Dessa, actually was born and grew up in this other town of Soriano. Now, if you've watched some of our previous videos, you might be familiar with Ava's dad, Papa Turi. Somewhat famously at this point, he is a, well, the polite way to put it is a cookie connoisseur. Another way to put it would be a cookie snob. He loves cookies more than just about anything. He eats them every single day, but he's very critical of cookies, and if he doesn't like them, he will spit them out. After visiting this town and after seeing what I'm about to show you, I think I got a better understanding of why he is the way he is. So Ava pulled us into this weird little dead-end street. I thought for sure she had made a wrong turn, but nope, we were in the right place. And that place happened to be, well, a cookie shop. One thing I love about Southern Italy, I've just sort of noticed this here in general, is that sometimes you go to places like this, whether it's a shop or a restaurant, and the owners and the staff are just like ridiculously welcoming. They're just like, oh yeah, come in the back, come into the kitchen, hang out, see what we're doing. That's exactly what happened. They invited us into the back, and we found these guys making cookies, but not just any cookies. This is Domenico Sorace. As you'll soon see, he is an absolute master of his craft. And he's one of those amazing people that you'll meet who, even though he's busy and he's working, he has a lot to do, he's just like happy if two weirdos wander into his shop and he'll just tell them everything and show them what he's doing and take them around. But what was he doing? Well, I think the best thing to do is to sort of just show you an example as best as I can. If you notice just from the footage that it seems like I'm struggling a little bit to keep up, that is true. I do not consider myself to be a very talented videographer whatsoever, but I have spent years filming cooks, whether it's my wife Ava or people we meet while traveling, and I'm pretty good at like understanding their rhythm. Like I know when someone's cooking pasta, like, oh, they're about to reach for a ladle and I could be ready for that shot to grab it. Here I was watching a guy do something so unlike any other form of cooking I was familiar with, and it was all happening so fast, I was just completely left in the dust. I never knew what to expect next. I would be filming one little part of it, and then I look up and all of a sudden with his other hand, he's like done something completely different.
Cosa
questa che è più...
impressive.
Questa è una carta decorativa alimentare che noi si mette. Wow.
Yeah. Now that you've seen a little bit about what Domenico does, we should talk a little bit about what these cookies are, where they come from, what they mean. But before we do, a quick word about today's video sponsor. I love living here in Italy, but I do have to admit, I missed something, our Helix mattress. Sadly, we couldn't bring our beloved Helix mattress with us here to Italy. It was the best mattress we've ever had, and we've been through a lot of them in the search for a good night's sleep. But just because we lost ours doesn't mean you have to live a life deprived of a Helix mattress. Helix makes premium mattresses and bedding that are customized to fit your needs and shipped straight to your door. Everyone's needs are slightly different, but Helix has something for everyone because they offer 20 unique mattresses, plus a variety of mattress toppers for even further customization. Going into a store and just sitting on a mattress for like 10 seconds is not the best way to figure out what kind of mattress will give you the perfect night of sleep. That's why we love Helix's sleep quiz. In just a few minutes, you answer some questions and they'll pair you to the perfect mattress for you. It's conveniently shipped right to your door, and they have a 100-night sleep trial. You have 100 nights to make sure that it's perfect for you. If it isn't, they'll pick it right up. 100 nights in your own home, 10 seconds in a mattress store. We took the sleep quiz. We were paired with a mattress that met Ava's needs of a firm mattress, whereas I tend to sleep a bit on the hot side. So we were paired with a Glaciotex cooling cover. I could finally get a full night's sleep without waking up in the middle of the night, and a persistent backache that Ava was dealing with at the time disappeared. There's no reason not to try a Helix mattress for yourself. Visit the link down in the description below. That's helixsleep.com/pastagrammer, and take advantage of their extended Labor Day sale. You'll get 27% off site-wide. A big thank you to Helix for sponsoring this video. So what are these crazy cookies? Well, they're called Mostaccioli, and actually, in a previous video, which I'll link up to here, Ava made them and shared a recipe. You can go watch that or find the recipe on our blog if you want to try making them at home. But obviously, there's a big difference between a home cook and a master who has been practicing this craft their entire life. That's when we were joined by the master's daughter, Giulia, to tell us more.
I mostaccioli sono un dolce semplice, il dolce forse uno dei dolci più antichi, perché una volta non c'era la pasticceria, quindi per noi è ancora pasticceria, ed è un dolce semplicissimo fatto solo di miele e farina.
Now, Mostaccioli you'll find in other parts of Calabria, and often usually what they do is they'll add into the dough some different flavors, different spices, like cinnamon, for instance. Well, in Soriano, where Mostaccioli were born, they're famous for not adding anything other than flour and honey. And as you've heard us say a million times before, it's all about the ingredients. The better your ingredients are, the fewer ingredients you need.
Questo è il miele
le varie forme.
che noi compriamo degli agricoltori, apicoltori. Questo qua, vedi qua? Se tu lo vuoi assaggiare, dove te lo faccio assaggiare?
Bello.
Ma è buono.
Questo non lo trovi, tu perché tu vedi quelle boccacce che vendono in giro.
Non ha lo stesso sapore.
No, perché quello è allungato con lo zucchero. Questo
Sono quasi di liquirizia. Sì.
Questo qua perché poi viene aggiunto il miele di millefiori. Il millefiori è più dolce, più chiaro, ce l'ho pure. Quello che dà il profumo e l'essenza di
il miele di castagno.
il miele di castagno. È più amaro rispetto,
sì,
perché sennò poi ti rende un prodotto troppo dolce.
L'impasto sarebbe in parti uguali, poi è ovvio che va ad offio perché essendo che è un impasto, come vi dicevo, fatto da solo 2 ingredienti, quindi l'impasto viene fatto il giorno prima, fatto riposare, e il giorno seguente viene nuovamente impastato per poter essere lavorato. Per fare le forme questa pasta viene decorata come una plastilina, come un play-doh, e ovviamente ovviamente vengono fatti tanti pezzi che poi vengono assemblati a seconda del disegno che noi dobbiamo andare a creare, e i pezzi poi vengono uniti con l'acqua, l'olio, che serve per il nostro collante che ci fa mettere insieme i pezzi.
Questo è pesce.
Now, obviously, after Domenico makes the cookies, they need to be baked. We actually didn't get to see them baked because it's done on a every other day schedule. So one day they shape the cookies, then they let them rest and they bake them the next day. But he did show us the oven, and it's a super cool thing. You put the cookies in on this rack, and this arm on the top of the oven actually spins the rack around so that they cook evenly. And what you're left with are finished mostaccioli. Now, I think we can all agree that these cookies are cool and everything, but where do they come from? Why all the crazy weird shapes?
Diciamo che la storia nasce più di 500 anni fa e i mostaccioli nascono a Soriano per merito di un domenicano, di un padre domenicano, perché noi abbiamo un convento che vanta una storia secolare, anzi millenaria forse. E praticamente questo nome Mostaccioli prende proprio il nome dall'antica ricetta, perché documentandomi ho scoperto che i mostaccioli venivano fatti inizialmente con il mosto del vino. Poi ovviamente la ricetta è stata poi modificata, presa diciamo in mano dai sorianesi, che ne hanno fatto comunque la ricetta che è quella attuale, però il nome è rimasto tale. Essendo che una volta non c'erano i dolci di quelli lievitati, no, che conosciamo adesso in pasticceria, venivano offerti soprattutto in particolari occasioni, venivano mangiati in particolari occasioni della vita.
This was the old diamond, the thing that the fiancé used to propose to a girl. Instead of buying a diamond, they went home with this, and as you can see there is written amore. So when a guy gave this to the woman, that was the proposal for a marriage. And personally I think that this is much better than a diamond, because at least this you can eat.
I mostaccioli vengono usati per lo più come anche arte votiva, per o ottenere delle grazie o per ringraziare il santo della grazia ricevuta.
Queste, vedi, queste sono delle forme votive che praticamente li danno i santi.
Now, Domenico was obviously the master, but his nephew was working there with him and was clearly like an apprentice of some kind. And naturally, I began to wonder, like, how does this work? How do you become a Mostaccioli artist?
Il nostro lavoro parte infatti dalle donne, dalla nonna di mio padre, dalle sorelle di mio nonno, quindi è un lavoro che parte dalle donne, quindi questo lo voglio sottolineare perché già da tempo noi ci siamo affermate, e poi proseguito ovviamente con mio nonno, con mio padre, che sin da piccoli hanno iniziato quella che è l'arte dei mostaccioli.
Praticamente il primo disegno che ci facevano fare, fai una specie di topolino, ci veniva detto, con una coda lunga, e tu giri la coda così, schiacci un pochetto così, fai 5 righe come il pentagramma, capito? E poi cominci a tagliare e fare i ricci. Questo era uno dei primi disegni che noi, come entravi, dovevi fare. Capito? Mo te la sto facendo piano piano per vederla più o meno come. E questo, quando entravi a fare i mostaccioli, l'ultimo arrivato era questo qua.
A person starts to do this job. For the first year, they had to spend the first year doing those two shapes.
How many years does it take before you can do a horse?
Io non so fare.
Guarda, lui da una vita che lavora non sa fare il cavallo.
Non so farlo.
E tu lo sai come io ho imparato a fare il cavallo? Guardando mio padre. Io guardavo mio padre e la prima volta che l'ho fatto, mio padre non lo dimentico mai, che mi ha sorriso, ha fatto il sorriso, però per non darmela vinta, lui si è messo a cambiare, a sistemare la gamba, però già io ho capito che mi voleva sempre il meglio di te, no? Praticamente io gli facevo meglio di mio padre e quando lui li faceva ultimamente e io li andavo a ritoccare, lui si diventava una bestia. Se tocchi le mie cose, mi alzo e me ne vado. E se dovevo ritoccare qualcosa che lui faceva, perché se ne andava a lui e poi gli facevo qualche sistemazione, se no erano guai.
Considerate che lui ha lavorato fino a 90 anni, fino a maggio 2024 è morto, fino a marzo lui faceva i mostaccioli. Ovviamente con la demenza, con i problemi di salute che aveva non era al top, però...
Now, Mostaccioli are like art, and it can almost seem like eating one of these cookies is a crime. That really isn't the case. People really do eat them. However, in Soriano, they also do make simpler cookies that are really just meant to be eaten and enjoyed as food. And we knew someone who would appreciate them.
Ok?
Grazie mille, arrivederci.
Grazie, ciao.
Buone cose.
Ciao, grazie.
Sono i biscotti di Soriano. Quando io giocavo a pallone ci davano sempre questi tipi di biscotti che sono ottimi.
A huge thank you to Domenico and Giulia for having us and showing us around. It was absolutely incredible to see them work. I knew about these cookies, I'd seen them in shops. Eva has made them before, but I really had no idea what goes into them when you're talking about the highest level of the masters. On the subject of Eva's father, a quick shout out to this pasta grammarian who made one of Papa Turi's specialties, bracciole. Well done, they look absolutely fantastic. Now, I know that this one is a little daunting, but if any of you try to make mostaccioli like Domenico at home, please send us a picture. We'll send it to him. I'm sure he'd get a kick out of it. Tag us in a picture on Instagram or Facebook. We would all love to see it. And don't worry if you're not up for a horse yet. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Ciao.